I wanna be the very best that no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside.
I give it a.
It in there.
Well, you didn't reach the chorus.
Yeah, didn't even reach the chorus.
I give it.
It's you and me. I know it's our destiny, Pokemon. Oh, it's my best friend. In a world we must defend. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em, heart so true. Woo! Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Hello,
Pokemon.
hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the third episode of the Lazy Koalas podcast. I'm your host, Hex Maniac Radix. With us today, we have Bug Catcher Dreadcore.
I'm Bug Catcher now? That sucks.
Yeah, you suck, actually.
Wow.
Elite 4 Laze.
Oh,
Wait,
yes!
why does he get Elite 4 status?
Shut up, nerd.
Fisherman Cody, Miradu Samurai.
He's not here,
He's
actually.
not even here.
Oh, he's actually not here. Yeah, he is a thought.
Fuck.
Oh, no.
We have
Still put his picture up, thought over his name the entire video.
Twisted
What?
What?
Oh, what? Oh, okay.
What is...
and
Oh,
Gym
Lance.
Leader Ultrox.
Wow.
That's me.
What's your gym
Why are you
leader
getting,
type?
So sad.
Fuck.
I'm just a Bug Catcher. I'm just
God,
a
why am I
Bug
the
Catcher.
last? Like, I have as much knowledge as Laze does.
You are the last. That's how it's been settled.
It's been
I
settled,
beat you in a gym battle. Leave me alone.
Why am
You
I a
guys have
Bug
to beat me
Catcher?
to get my gym badge.
Shut up, nerd. I'm just gonna
I
beat you
actually
so the
have
morally
gym
right.
badges on my shelf. And you're giving me
Hey,
the last
Those are
title.
fake. Those are counterfeit.
Yeah, those are fake, man.
But I still have them.
The real ones are like $200. You can't say you...
Yeah, the real ones are fucking hella.
The real ones, you have to beat a gym leader. What are you talking about?
Listen,
And
in the
go
real
into a
world-
digital world.
Listen, in the real world, the Elite Four's gotta pay money somehow. You know, they just take the money if you can afford it.
Hey,
Just
hey.
pawn them
If
on
Ash
eBay,
can
those
get his
fuckers.
gym battles like he does, I can go buy mine from China, okay? Ash didn't earn a single one of his... I don't think he earned a single one of his fucking gym badges.
He hasn't, I think.
He was like,
legitimately,
oh yeah,
I
you
think
helped
he
me with
has.
this situation. Here's a badge.
Hey, did someone do some research on the ones he actually earned, huh?
All right.
Yeah, let's get a Pokemon lore expert to break down every single badge from every single region and like analyze each battle and see if he deserved the badge or not.
Listen, I'm not prepared for this.
Let's see. How many... There's actually a whole, like, Pokemon database on, like, how many gym badges did Ash actually earn.
Right. Yeah.
Winning Brock awards badge anyone showing compassion. So, first one, Kanto Boulder badge. Ash forfeits right for winning apparently,
Right.
and showing compassion. Brock gives it to him. Cascade
Does-
badge.
Yeah.
Ash beats Team Rocket. Like, hold on, let me just go through there and see. Like,
Which ones has
When
he
it's
actually
your
earned?
turn-
You don't have to
We
go
don't
through
need
the whole
all.
list.
We don't need the whole.
Okay,
thing.
there are a lot of badges. I will say the second episode of the podcast was better than the first, but the weak part of the second podcast was every time Twisted just went to a website
Oh, no.
and started talking about it. We're going to have to put a limiter on that. But Pokemon, we postponed this episode just for Laze, so Laze,
Yeah.
charge in head first. What do you want to say about Pocket Monsters?
I think Pocket Monsters is great, and I've been around it since I was a child, and I think it'd be good to start out with how we all started talking about Pokemon and how we got into it.
Oh, that's good.
Well, I think you're wrong.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm Elite Four. I'm your boss.
Oh, I think you should start first, Laze, about how you got
Oh
into
boy, this is going to be a
Pokemon.
long story.
Let's hear the tale.
Okay, well, I guess my first actual Pokemon game I bought was FireRed, and that was really
Wow.
fun.
So
Wow.
may I ask a question? So you started with the games.
I started.
That's how you
Well,
were
no, I
introduced.
watched the anime, but the first game I watched was
Played.
the Fire.
You mean played.
The first game I played was the FireRed one. Yeah. That's
Wait, you started in the... What is that, the fourth?
I
mean,
started.
it's a
in the
remake
third
of the
gen.
first, but it was fourth.
That's when I started playing the games, at least. I watched
Red,
the anime since...
FireRed definitely is fourth because
Yeah.
it started off with yellow,
No, it's
blue,
3, you
red.
idiot.
No,
It's Gen 3.
One second. No, shh.
God damn it, Dreadcore.
We're using Dreadcore generation.
No, I'm just there's
Are you saying,
there's
like, the fourth
yellow?
set of games?
Yeah, there's a fourth set of games.
I don't think that's true either.
Yes, because it was yellow, red and blue. Then it was gold, crystal, and silver. Then it was sapphire, emerald, and ruby, and then it was fire red and leaf green. Bitch.
Right, so then I started collecting the trading cards. And I have a lot of those still. Those are great. I like to keep a nice big binder of those on hand.
Cool.
See, I started with FireRed, my first game.
Yeah.
And
I
now
start
I have
with yellow.
almost all of them.
Start with yellow.
Oh,
I
okay,
guess
well,
we're on to Dreadcore then.
yeah,
So-
Dreadcore. Oh, wait, okay.
So Laze,
Yes.
it just. No, we're going nowhere. Never mind. I'm gonna stop. Keep going, man.
Oh no.
We scared him.
No. I didn't want to jump over. I just realized how we were doing this.
Okay.
Okay.
Dreadcore.
That it?
Okay, yeah. I mean, I started way back in, I think it was middle school, and some of my friends were playing Pokemon games, so I asked my parents for a Pokemon game, and I think the current one out at that time was the Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald, but my parents couldn't afford that, so they got me Yellow instead.
Damn.
And an old used Game Boy Color.
Alright.
And I played that. That's where I started, and I liked it a lot, which is obviously why I kept playing up through Diamond.
You haven't played past Diamond?
It got old for me, honestly. It felt like the same thing over and over again. Which, admittedly, it is the same thing over and over again. So that would make
Shut up.
sense.
You can't say that.
Yeah, I can. I just did.
Alright,
Damn!
enough.
Alright. Who's next?
Do we have a volunteer?
Like,
Yeah,
let's
sure.
go,
Why
let's
not?
let Twisted go.
Yeah.
Twisted.
So I started in a very odd order when it came to Pokemon. I actually started with the card game, to be honest.
Right.
I started with the card game, like the anime. Parents saw that I really liked Pokemon, so they got me a game for the only console I had at the time, which was Hey You Pikachu.
Oh, that sucks.
Hell yeah.
So they got me that. They realized the
64.
game was pretty garbage, and they're like, all right. So they got me a Pokemon with Snap, I think it was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap. So I played the hell out of that game. There were achievements. I would 100% at that game. Eventually, I was given a black and white Pokemon game. Got red, I think it was.
Uh-huh.
And then from there, I just collected I'll admit, I didn't buy just one for every series. Like the next series came out, I bought all three of the copies, like all three of the colors, whatever it was.
Wow.
Oh,
What
like red,
was it?
blue,
Crystal
yellow.
Boy.
Like Crystal, Gold and Silver, all that, I guess.
Yeah. Crystal, Gold, Silver. Then it was Sapphire, Emerald, Ruby.
Like gold, silver, and then crystal.
I played the most out of the third generation. Emerald, Ruby, Emerald, Sapphire. I played the hell out of those three games. Emerald by far is still my favorite.
Right, it is.
So
it's
far,
the best one, so probably. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm the majority here. I collected throughout there. It was really difficult when it came to a console change every time, so I was always late when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, I haven't played since I want to say Black and White 2. Yeah, I don't think I played since Black and White 2, but whenever I get the, I'm buying a Switch hopefully soon enough.
Heck yeah.
And then I'll play Sword and Shield when it comes out. Because I haven't played since. I don't think I've played since it was just a straight top-down view. Because I don't think. No, okay. So Black and White 2 were actually ones that were more like at an angle.
They were a little bit more sometimes. Yeah, they weren't strictly
You mean like the 3D
top down.
ones? Or?
They were a little bit more.
That's
3D.
what I had. It was the 3DS, like 3DS XL. Like, I had the big boy.
Big boy.
God,
Oh
yes.
boy. Big day.
Erica actually got a DS that was a Japanese exclusive.
Oh, probably the faceplates or whatever.
No, it was a blue, but it was a translucent blue color. Like you couldn't see the mechanics, but it was like a lacquered look to it. And we looked it up, and like we got it for like $50 at a secondhand game shop.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked it up later on. I was like, okay, well, how much is this thing? It looks weird. Like I haven't seen a DS like this before. We looked up, but they're actually like in America, they're worth like $150, $180.
That's pretty
Still,
good.
like the thing's like crazy expensive still.
Yeah. I think
And
a
that's
new
what you-
3DS XL is like $200. So,
Well, for a really old consoles or a gaming system, I'm talking about, a little handheld.
yeah.
I mean, especially now the new handheld is like $300, you know, because it's the fucking Switch.
Right.
But let's go to the next person. That's my story.
Okay.
Oh wait, have you guys ever played the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon stuff or anything?
Oh yeah.
I played a little bit.
Yeah.
I love
some of them.
I love the first game, but I never actually got anything after the first one, which is sad. Sad.
I was just curious. I've never actually played those, and I was just curious if they were decent or not.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. They play.
I will say my.
Go ahead.
Okay. I played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Darkness, and that's like legitimately one of my favorite handheld games, if not one of my favorite games ever. And I still remember different parts of the story today because it was that good. I can never look at a Groyvile or a Dusclops the same way again, or even a Dialga the same way again after that freaking. It's jam packed with stuff in it. Like there's like a full on real good story, and then there's the epilogue, the post game story, which is just as long as the main story. So it's ridiculous. Like, Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Darkness, and I'm pretty sure there's another one that goes with
I
it.
had
you know, how
Explorers of
Pokemon
Time.
is.
Explorers of the Sky.
Yeah, Explorers of Time, and it was. I love those games.
About fucking time, Laze. Subscribing to the YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah. I subscribed to Twisted
And then
Reads
I do-
just
I just got a
recently.
text on my phone. Was like, new subscriber. Thank you.
So how did you get into Pokemon Radix?
I think he just explained that to us, didn't he?
Well, no,
No.
I was talking
He said
about
he
Mystery
liked
Dungeon.
Yeah.
No, I was making a joke.
I think in about 1998, if you go into the records of
Into
of
the
my
log
town-
books.
of my town's local newspaper, you're going to see a picture of an infant me in a stroller being pushed around by my mother, who some journalist just ambushed outside a mall and asked her for her take on the issue of Pokemon and how it's related to Satanism with evolution.
Oh, great. This is awesome. This is good.
And
Wow. Welcome
newspaper-
to the South, my dude.
so the journalists were like, "Is it harmful to show your kids Pokemon?" And she's like, "I have a little baby. He watches Pokemon. It's all right." My mom didn't get it.
Thank goodness.
It's cool. So, based on primary sources, I apparently have looked at the anime at least since I was like 1 year old. But I do. But I do remember at a young age getting into the Pokemon anime. Really love the Pokemon anime. I remember when I didn't really do what's the word I'm looking for. I remember when the Johto section started. I remember the Orange Islands. I remember that stuff as they were airing, and I'm like, yeah, I really like this. Had no idea that Pokemon was a game or a card, even though I have a lot of cousins, and all my cousins were obsessed with the card game.
So-
But I just apparently never knew about that.
Can we say that Pokemon was probably a gateway drug to more anime? I feel that's fair.
Is that true, Radix?
Well,
For Americans, I think it can be.
What, are you not American?
Well, I got into an anime for a different cultural reason, and it wasn't just Pokemon.
My history loves all the tentacle monsters. Oh, the other stuff's okay.
Right. But anyway, eventually I learned that there was a card game when my cousins started giving their Pokemon cards to me because they didn't care about it anymore. And I'm like, oh my god, there
That's
are
the
cards
best.
of this game? And I remember in elementary school at the library finding this book, like a full-on book that just explained how the card game worked. So I never really like collected the cards for collection purposes. I like actively played it with like my sister and stuff, and reading the book and all of that like a dweeb.
Yes, like a giant dweeb.
Yeah, you nerd.
Little Radix was in the library while everyone else was like just at recess playing on the jungle gym probably.
I was actually. I did choose to go to the library a lot of the times during lunch too, but eventually, keep in mind that for most of my childhood, like for a long time, we did not have games in our house. We just, one, we couldn't afford it, and two, nobody got time for that. So it took me a long time to realize there was a game until I saw one of my cousins playing Pokemon Diamond on the Nintendo DS, and I'm like, oh my god, that's Pokemon on a game. What is happening here? And I'm like, that's so cool, but of course I didn't. It was a long time until I finally got a Nintendo DS. By the time the DS was about dying, but I finally got a DS, we finally could afford it, and a few years later I was able to get Pokemon Emerald for the Game Boy Advance, and managed to use the dual slot to play it.
That's right.
Oh, and at some point I had downloaded an emulator and played a few Pokemon games on the emulator illegally, but eventually I got proper games, and Emerald was my first, and I just played through the games, and I have to say I like the games better than the anime or the card game, but I played up until X and Y, and I just haven't had the money to get anything more.
It's true. They mark up those fucking Pokemon games. They stay full price forever.
Oh, it's true. That's why I like to buy them physical. I don't ever buy digital Pokemon games. I never do that. I'm a die-hard retail Pokemon guy.
All right, Ultrox, how about you?
I have one quick question. What is Pokemon?
It's kind of like
one thing I wanted to say, in my early childhood and for a long time, I did like, in kind of to a degree today, I did like Digimon better than Pokemon. I really love Digimon.
I'll actually second you there, to be honest with you.
Oh
Digimon?
My god.
I will 100% second you on Digimon versus Pokemon.
Digimon on the same page.
Digimon is...
Digimon appealed to me a lot more. Every season felt different for some reason.
No, yeah,
Pokemon felt the exact same.
It's because they keep resetting Ash every season, whereas the characters in Digimon actually develop in most seasons.
Yes, they age, they everything. Because I mean, the movie itself, like, we turned to Digimon for 1 second, but like they aged one of the movies, and it's just so good.
Oh yeah, the Digimon Adventure Tri movies are like, I give me more of that crap.
Yeah. I want to see Ash like 15 years in the future as a gym leader or some shit, you know?
Yeah, he's not going to be a gym leader. He never earned any badges. How can he do that?
Actually, real quick, to elaborate on that, apparently he only in the first season where that fucked up a lot, he actually earned apparently 41 out of his 46 badges.
Huh.
In a battle, and they just didn't have like a normal battle in a gym. It was more like a we defeated the BBEG, you know. Let's fight each other just right here, you know. A lot of it was just that, like a one-on-one kind of only like 2 Pokemon deals, but he essentially won most of his badges. Apparently, they learned their mistake after the first series.
I want to see Ash in a movie directed by freaking Mamoru Hosoda trying to frantically stop an American nuclear missile from destroying Japan. I mean, that's what I want to see.
War, man. That was Pokemon War, wasn't it?
Where's your Arceus now?
Jesus.
Very good.
That's the god Pokemon for those of you who may not understand.
Those of you watching a Pokemon podcast and do not understand what Pokemon is.
A podcast about this thing called the Pokemon?
Pokemon? What's that?
What is Pokemon?
Is it like a Facebook poke?
Of course, the pokes.
I also like that the E in Pokemon is like the only thing Americans will like be autistic about pronouncing correctly, as opposed to every other Japanese word. It's like kamikaze, but it's Pokemon. You don't say Pokemon, you troglodyte.
Hey, in the anime they say Pokemon. That's what
they do in the anime.
That's
but
right.
I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube about Pokemon, and you hear a lot of people just straight up saying Pokemon. And I'm like, wow, why do you care when it comes to Pokemon, but not anything else?
I call him Poker Man.
Yeah.
Them Pokermans, oh boy.
So does Ultrux legitimately have no history with Pokemon?
I don't even know what Pokemon is.
You have Pokemon
grew up,
X. I know that for sure.
At the very least. I grew up watching the anime with my sisters. We had like one... We didn't have cable or whatever, so we had like one station, and it would often play Pokemon for some reason.
We got rights.
And so me and my
Good
three
old four
sisters
kids, man.
would all watch that. And
God, I
my
forget
older
how
sister...
much you live in like just estrogen palace.
I'm surrounded by women, and not in a good way.
That's right.
My older sister collected cards, and eventually I inherited some cards. I don't remember from who, if it was from her or what. My memory is very bad, by the way. I didn't get it. The Emerald was the first one that I really got into, like many of us here.
It's the best one. That's right.
Also, I was very into Explorers of Time. I was deep in it. I had a friend who had the other version and everything.
Yeah,
We went in together and bought a strategy guide for the two versions.
Wow.
Just like
Oh, God.
half an
It's the first strategy guide that I've ever had.
Yeah, I never got either Explorers Mystery Dungeon. I got the Blue Rescue Team, I believe, is the one I got.
That's like a stupid one.
That's
Wow,
the dumb one.
rude.
It's like one of the first ones, I think.
There was a Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and then there was Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Blue Rescue Team, and Red Rescue Team, and then there were the Explorer ones.
Thing is, Drekor, you say you had like the earliest one. Red Rescue Team was the earliest one. That was the one that was on the Game Boy, and Blue is on the DS.
Is that true?
They were released.
It's very weird that there was a
mistaken.
split, but like one's on Game Boy and one's on the
weird.
DS. But it's true. I have Red on an emulator on my phone.
That probably was like when it was like kind of like a transition phase. Like, all right, people don't have the DS yet, but they want to play Pokemon. Let's just put it on the Game Boy.
Oh yeah. Also, Black 2 I didn't legally own. Now he brings up bootleg. I just downloaded an emulator and played it on my iPad, whatever it was. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Just like, all right, I'm not gonna buy a fucking like Black 2, which honestly, out of all their sequels, made no fucking sense.
Yeah.
They just wanted to go like that. I hated that idea like entirely.
So I just googled it.
Pretty lazy.
I just googled it, and I was actually right. Red Rescue Team and Blue Rescue Team were released at the same time. Just one was for the Advance, one was for DS, which makes it even weirder.
That's one thing I've never. I mean, I get why, because money. But they have like multiple games, and you just get one legendary each game. And so if you want to collect all the Pokemon, Laze understands this.
Oh, like
you
the
have to have
mascot
all
legendaries?
Yeah, you have to get every fucking game.
It's that, or you trade. That's a big part, though. Trading. They want to encourage that, like with like the ones that you have to evolve and whatnot too.
Yeah.
And then it got
say
better
that,
because
like,
you got internet.
I'm really curious how that. I mean, I actually remember going to like. I actually going to say daycare and shit like that. Going like daycare and kindergarten, shit like that, and having the link cables.
Oh yeah.
It had like under your
You're
desk,
older than
like
me, so.
make sure your teacher doesn't see you going. All right, you wanna Blastoise? Yeah, give me the Blastoise.
Oh, hey, I'll say after school and stuff, when it was like time to get picked up by our parents, we were like waiting to be picked up. We would like trade Pokemon cards and whatnot, and I usually scammed a lot of people out of it. I was like, oh, you don't want that? That's trash. Don't worry about it.
Wow.
I remember playing the Pokemon card games, and we got tired of the actual game itself. So we
You
ended
just
up
like
playing
the
like
books.
almost like Rochambeau kind of style, where we just had a deck full of most powerful cards. And what you do is shuffle it all up and then like flip a card out, and those powerful Pokemon won. And yeah, whoever won the game out of like half your deck you were playing with, whatever, got to pick a card from your opponent's deck.
That's
rough.
That's good.
Oh yeah, I had some first edition Charizards like out the wazoo.
Nobody
Unfortunately,
at my
Unfortunately, I gave most of my cards when I got done with it. I gave most of my cards to my younger cousins. They got really big into Pokemon. Mm-hmm. And looking up some cards I had in that now, I'm like, I wish I hadn't given these away because somebody's worth some hella money. Because I had those old, those exclusive Egyptian text Mews.
I don't know. I don't think those are that.
I'll give you $5.
They still have like a $10 value now. I think that's most of them up.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
And I had like 8 or 9 of them.
That's how you start buying the new games. You can just sell all the cards. There you go.
I actually got my Yu-Gi-Oh cards recently, and I have like $300 worth of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I used to cards in that are worth like $60-$70 each.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
It's actually the gaming shop here in town. They're still Yu-Gi-Oh is still very popular here.
What the hell?
I'll talk about Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, I mean we played Yu-Gi-Oh at kindergarten through 2nd grade, kind of like during recess. That was what our school was into.
I thought Yu-Gi-Oh was just a meme.
Oh, gosh dang it.
No, the anime was a meme. The card game's pretty fun. Hey, Yugs.
No, I don't run Yu-Gi-Oh too.
Anyway, here's Radix. Sorry I interrupted you, man. What's up?
Throughout my time in elementary school, middle school, high school, college, nobody was really into Pokemon. It was sort of just a thing me, my sister, and cousins were into.
It's the religious
it was
thing.
very hard to find anybody in the area that played Pokemon, so I don't have this experience of using it to socialize with other people. I would more of say, hey, do you like Pokemon? And then they'd be like, haha, get out of here, nerd. That was my experience.
I never played the Pokemon card game ever. Me and my friends would just kind of look and trade Pokemon. We never actually played the game.
Yeah, I never played a real game physically either. It was always kind of about collecting them. I would love to play
my sister have played several a game.
It's the same reason why I own a lot of the Dragon Ball Z playing cards, because I like Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z has cards?
Yeah, it's actually a pretty fun card game once you actually play it. I just don't ever play it.
Can I get Piccolo?
Yes, you can. He's a very powerful card.
It's my favorite. Also, real quick, I had this collection of Pokemon cards over the years, but there was a little young boy that me and my family would look after. He was a family friend, and I was decided that I'm growing out of Pokemon. I don't buy cards anymore. They're just kind of here, and I gave my entire collection to this kid.
No.
It's a birthday gift, and you want to know what happened? Of course you do.
What happened? Yeah. No, I don't actually. Stop right there.
Yeah. What is this? A podcast?
No, please keep going.
His mom threw him in the trash.
No!
Oh.
God. I know I've told the story before about the Harry Potter book. I know I've told this story before.
But it was for religious reasons as well.
Yeah, but for religious reasons. Oh God, yes. They're the same. God, just give them back to the person, honestly.
Latter-day Saints or something.
My heart hurts.
I was going to this was when I was young and I was still reading Harry Potter, but we were going to a wedding of some person. I have no idea. I'm just a kid being dragged along to a wedding. But I was reading Harry Potter, and I was going to take Harry Potter to read with me since I was a bored kid and didn't have anything else to do.
What, are you some kind of heretic?
And they made me go back to the car and put the book in the car and go back because they didn't want the Harry Potter book in the church.
That's good.
She just walked in there and put one of the Bible covers on your Harry Potter book and just keep reading.
Oh,
that's an idea.
That's good. That's good, actually. They sell that, you think? Just a bunch of
And then Dumbledore said, "Hey, little Radix, can you read Ezekiel 3? You had the book open, right? Oh shit. And then Dumbledore said, or then Hagrid said, 'You're a wizard, Harry.'"
Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? Dumbledore asked.
No, I didn't.
Quietly.
I swear.
Dumbledore, 23-3.
Dumbledore 23-3.
What are you reading there? The Bible, of course.
There's probably a version
all
of that, right?
Pottermore
It's my
fans
Bible.
ever.
You know what I hate about the well, maybe that's a strong word, but you know what I do not like to see so widespread in the Pokemon fandom?
What?
Jews?
Bestiality?
Well, okay, come on. It's like Pokemon is a nice little battling system, you know. These games are made for these 6-year-olds to just blitz everything with their starter, but if you want to use strategy, you can. What I don't like is to see all these breakdowns on Smogon.com that tell you all these professional strats, and you have to have this Pokemon holding a focus sash, or else you will never be taken seriously in competitive gameplay. We are real athletics, real esports, you know, take
Becomes
us
a fandom
seriously.
discussion again.
Okay.
You mean like I did to you that battle game?
Yes!
That, exactly.
Okay.
I esports the hell out of you that game.
I will say, I was the same way until I realized it's not the same thing competitive and then the normal game.
Yes, until he realized that he was a giant douchebag.
That's it.
The douchebag.
I found that I can
I
live
used
my
to always be
life
like,
completely
why
without...
EVs and IVs ruin the game? It's supposed to be about fun and picking your favorite Pokemon, but then I was like, well, you know what, this is kind of complicated, and I see people really like this, and that's how you really kind of get into the competitive thing of it, obviously, so...
Okay, if you're willing to spend that much time on a game, like it's not even for fun, you idiot. This is for competitive battles. Why don't you spend all that time working developing a legitimate skill? Like, learn to play an instrument.
Maybe
I am
you know,
10 and I have
useful.
perfect IVs in all my Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's gonna take just as much time, but you go to a party and you'll get different reactions when you just pull out a guitar and start playing versus you want to know how much HP my Blissey has. Like,
No.
it's a,
You know, Radix, maybe in, let's see, let me check the calendar. Maybe in 300 years, people will be impressed by how much HP your Blissey has. I think it's 300
Right.
years, give or take.
You know, it's kind of funny,
I don't
too,
think
because, like,
Blitzy's health can get get really high. I think it's pretty low, actually.
well, it's like the highest one there is, I think. But I will
Their
say,
HP?
these couple of days are like the
I'm thinking of defense.
International North America Championships.
Uh-oh.
So they got TCG, VG, you know, all that stuff happening. I think tomorrow is, or maybe today actually, is the last day, and they're going to pick a winner. So the competitive scene is huge, right? I don't think it's for Radix. I think that's pretty clear.
right.
But I think it's pretty cool.
I think
I just-
esports
it's
in
hard.
general
It's
is
hard,
kind of a
though.
dumb thing, honestly.
You think esports is stupid in general?
Yeah.
I just want to say one more thing about the Blissey.
Yes.
There's a reason. There's a reason I remember. I have this PTSD over Blissey.
Blissey specifically.
Like I said, there's barely anyone who played Pokemon when I was growing up, but there was one dude, my anime club vice president, who played Pokemon. And it's weird because he was like my best friend throughout high school, but like I don't really miss him because this dude is almost an exact clone copy of Twisted.
Oh,
It
no,
is
what?
weird.
Wow.
I thought
So
we were
when
cool,
I
man.
So when I met Twisted, I didn't feel like I was missing my best friend because Twisted existed. It's like it's a very weird sensation.
Aw,
But
I
this-
love you too, buddy.
But I see he plays Pokemon, I'm like, alright, let's play Pokemon, you know, I've never seen anyone play Pokemon before, let's do a little battle, and he's like, okay. Then I go in, he brings in this EV-trained HP Infinite Blissey. I don't even get to see what the other 5 members of his EV maxed out party is, and Blissey just kills me. And you know what happened when I challenged Twisted to a Pokemon battle on Pokemon Showdown? He comes in with this pro strat team, and this is just history repeating itself over and over again.
It's like this reliving my
Oh my fucking god.
We broke him. It's happening.
I have legitimate tears just thinking about it. I don't know why I'm crying right now.
It's Twisted's out.
It's happening again.
Let's start like a time like a record for like when he breaks. How far?
Every time he thought he almost had me, boom! I'm back up, bitch. Oh, he killed one Pokemon, I think, because I needed the Pokemon to die because I had a whole helping hand thing or some shit. It's like, oh, good. All right, he killed that Pokemon. Good, I needed that to happen. Now, fucking Celebi, Mega Sableye. Fuck you. You can't touch me. Rest. You can't touch me. Rest, bitch. He's like, you couldn't get a foothold in that entire battle. I didn't realize you had this kind of history. Another guy you thought seemed like me.
Right.
He's like, he thinks about only Twisted in that scenario.
Oh, my stomach hurts so much right now. Oh.
See, that's why I didn't want to play that game with you guys. I'm not at all competitive when it comes to Pokemon.
It's hard. Honestly, it's hard, though.
Once you get to actual numbers, yeah, it gets extremely complex. I mean, you could just train the hell out of your starter character. I've gone the entire game without using no other Pokemon. Like, I actually did a run in Emerald where I just used Blaziken and had no other Pokemon in my party. Where if Blaziken went down, I'd white it out. And I beat the entire game just with a level 100 Blaziken at some point.
I can safely say, I mean, you have to have some kind of HM slave in there, though, right? Because you got
I had I don't remember what I had. I had one HM slave, but he was like level 5 or some shit.
Sure.
He doesn't even count.
Slaves and Pokemon?
Yeah, HM slaves are... Bidoof is one of the best HM slaves.
It is. It really is. That Linoon is good, too.
Also... It was from Gen... I think it was from... Was it Gen 2? I can't remember his fucking name. It was this little, like, raccoon guy. A raccoon guy. He was like an oval, had arms and legs and a little, like, raccoon tail.
I think we're talking about
Centret.
You know. And then I think
what was his name?
FireRed is... FireRed?
Like, every generation has one good HM slave.
Yeah, it's true.
For,
they keep
like,
at the beginning, too.
I don't think Pokemon 1 had that. The very first series, Gen 1.
I think they had HMs, but...
Oh, they had HMs. I don't know if they had, like, a good HM slave, so I'm talking about.
Probably, like, yeah, I mean, I guess not really, yeah.
Gen 2, definitely, they started becoming more HM slaves, because, like, look, these HM moves are pretty decent.
Some of them.
Some of them are pretty decent, but, I mean, like, Cut especially is really fucking weak.
You know what sucks, though, too, about those early games where they had the HMs? You couldn't delete it until you got to, like, a move deleter. Yeah. So you had to stick with like a 40 or 30 like damaged, thing taking up your whole slot for moves.
Yeah, they weren't that great. So like, I remember just wiping the entire Elite Four, and then your rival the very end. That, by the way, I feel bad for the rival in almost every fucking game. It's like, my granddad's proud of me at the last second. Hey, I'm here, bitch. You've been gym leader for like 5 minutes now. Go fuck yourself. It's just, like, so sad. It's like, yay, now Professor Oak walks in, like, when you're now the leader, not when his grandson is.
Yeah.
It's like, what happened? I thought you were the one.
Jesus. And then it killed Gary's Rattata.
You actually just kill it. It's not fainted. It's dead.
Yeah, you actually just kill it. That's why he's in the Lavender Town.
Oh, gosh.
You never see his Raticate or Rattata, like, at all after that battle.
God.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is pretty specific, I gotta say.
No. Like, literally,
yeah.
You battle, and then next time you see Gary, or your rival in the first game, is in Lavender Town. He's like, why are you here? And he's mad at you. And then then he leaves.
Yeah.
And you never see his Rattata again, or his Raticate again.
Let me tell you, one of the things I loved about the Gen 1 games, or at least that general storyline, is like how much like you get this feeling that there's more than on the surface of what's going on. Like there's all these different mysteries and stuff that just aren't even outright stated, but you just get this uneasy feeling that there's something going on that you just don't know about that was really present in like Gen 1. I think maybe having Giovanni just surprise, I'm the gym leader of Viridian City, or the whole
yeah.
And the whole Raticate thing, and the Saffron, not Saffron City, the the one with Pokemon Tower and like the person that says, "Oh, that hand on your shoulder, I must be imagining," like that stuff. Like, there's a lot to the first gen storyline that I really like, that I really don't see. I sometimes see it, like, but not to the degree of like the Gen 1 games.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
It has fueled creepypastas for years to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Kids
really
kill
has.
themselves. The Lavender Team theme song.
Lavender.
I remember when that was a big thing.
Yeah. It is kind of creepy. Honestly, if I listened to it again, it'd be kind of creeped out.
Oh, I've listened to it multiple times after the fact, and yeah, it's just definitely creepy as hell.
It is. It really is.
I feel like if you were back then, it probably wouldn't be that creepy.
Listen, if you listen
like,
to
only because you know that
theme,
it's creepy, you know that it's creepy.
Oh no!
I think it's a placebo.
Really, it's not good. I could see anyone back then being like, "I don't like being here. I'm gonna turn the volume off my Game Boy."
The whole Marowak freaking ghost thing, that was creepy. And the whole ghosts and the what did one of them say, like, "Get out of here" at some point in Pokemon Tower? No, Pokemon Tower stuff is like that was nice. That was a good touch.
That's the Goth and Radix speaking. The dead Pokemon graveyard was a nice touch in the game.
I mean, actually, it really is. It's really kind of just endearing. Like, Pokemon means so much that you have a whole like city made of like for them, not like oh fuck, they're dead, I'm gonna put them in the backyard, flushing in the toilet. Or mainly the last part's mainly because how the hell are you gonna fit a whole Goldeen down a toilet?
My Goldeen died.
Mom, I clogged the toilet with another Goldeen.
What do you do with a dead Snorlax?
Very big grave or cremation.
I think at that point,
just a Charizard. Oh my god, just a Charizard blowing fire and killing it.
This was my friend.
That's awful. That's terrifyingly awful.
So we're just talking about, what happens when Pokemon die now.
I mean, yeah.
And when
why
they
not?
die, they just become ghost types.
I mean, no.
Could you imagine that's really how the games worked? Like, if they fainted once, boom, they're a ghastly.
I'm sure there's a ROM hack for that.
Oh, there definitely has to be.
Yeah,
that's like some next level like challenge, like Nuzlocke stuff happening. That's pretty good.
That's a whole nother
I've
level.
never tried a Nuzlocke, but I've always wanted to try a Nuzlocke challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel I don't want to deal with that bullshit all the time.
I plan on trying out a Nuzlocke at some undetermined point in the future for my channel. It's just, I just need the time to start it up.
Well, okay. What is the last game you guys have played of the Pokemon series? I'm curious.
I mean, I know I mentioned mine.
My last one would be Pokemon Y.
Pokemon Y. Okay.
Like, why am I doing
X?
this?
Yeah, I'm X.
Like, why did I buy another Pokemon game?
If we all get like X or Y or like Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire, we can play.
Yeah.
Of course, I have those, but if Twisted were to get them, and then if Jetcore happened to get them, oof.
If we all just happen to get them,
Let's get a little tournament going. That'd be fun.
There's a lot of butts here.
Well,
The opposite of
I don't
fun.
know if you were here when I brought it up, but I always thought we could use Pokemon Showdown to do a little tournament.
We could.
I got my team ready.
I mean, we could actually record that too.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really funny to like make an OP team to make like the shitty team, like last person to wins is the best loser or some shit. Like, try to make the worst team you possibly can in Pokemon battle.
We'd have to put like some limits on that, because otherwise, then one person would get like a bunch of like
Smogon tiers.
I don't know.
Just be level
level 1
forever.
Magikarps, just a whole bunch of level 1 Magikarps in your party.
I'm gonna charge
and
in
that would
with
just be
6
terrible.
full HP Blissies, like this is the revenge time.
Oh boy,
This time it happens on my book.
Yeah.
Jeez.
In
Got some
Pokemon
problems
X,
with that one.
I would capture a bunch of Magikarps and evolve them into Gyarados so I could put them in the Wonder Trade just to like give back to the world, and I got nothing back from it.
Oh.
I got an Arceus one time.
From a Wonder Trade?
Yeah.
I
guess
like
I know what people do is like, okay,
They're
I'm
probably
about to delete
duping.
this. Yeah, either that or they're like, I'm about to delete this game. I'm starting a new playthrough, whatever. So like, here, just put it in Wonder Trade, like a good bro.
Okay, look, I actually got a Scoot.
Coward.
Okay.
Oh, do we need to resync?
Well,
We
hey,
won't need to
Quickly,
resync,
Drekor, what's your
just-
favorite Pokemon?
Oh, shit.
Just remember, compressor and upload it to the Google Drive.
Yes.
don't.
I'll go with Shedinja.
Shed Ninja.
Lame.
I didn't
Ninja.
hear what you said.
It's Shed Ninja.
Shedinja.
It's 1
Shed-based
HP.
ninja.
Can only be hit by super effective moves. It's kind of sucky.
Rude.
All right. Well,
Bye.
Well, hey, listen, I got a question for you boys. What do you think about this new? You can't transfer every Pokemon into the new
we're getting into
Pokemon
it?
Sword and Shield.
Oh yeah, what was up with that? I read a little bit about it, but I didn't know too much. I didn't watch Radix's video, but
That's okay. What it is, basically, if your Pokemon is not in the Galar Pokédex, you cannot transfer it over.
that kind of destroys your whole LivingDex, doesn't it?
Well, mostly. But I think, one thing, though, is that it's, like starters, they're probably almost all gone. Most legendaries are probably all gone, too. And then those little, maybe weirder ones like Wobbuffet, that's probably not in there no more. So that's gone, too, probably. And that's kind of what it is. It's just a lot of them are being kind of prisoned in Pokemon Home, if you were to get that and transfer from bank to home.
Okay.
So,
Which is a paid subscription.
It is a
Oh,
paid
fuck.
subscription thing coming months after Sword and Shield's release also.
I think it's a bad idea. Honestly, I feel like it's maybe one of those things where enough community uprising will happen. They'll go, okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Honestly, I don't think it's going to happen at all. At
See,
this
that's
point,
interesting. Me and Twisted are both of the opinion that if there's so much outrage, eventually it's going to have to change. But Laze seems very firmly on the side of this is the new status quo.
yeah,
I mean,
well,
Nintendo
they're
itself really
stuck
hasn't
with a
shown-
time frame, and they're going to stick with it, and they're not going to change no matter what anyone says about it. Like, they're
I
sticking
mean,
with
that
their
does
guns.
tend to be Nintendo's like MO. Is they don't really care what anyone says.
So yeah.
Listen, they're going to make a lot of money. I'm going to get both games still. It's going to... People are going to get a lot of the games. People are still going to like them. It's just we don't have that one thing that's...
the end of this
you know,
conversation is it doesn't matter.
well, at this point, I'm kind of like dealing with it. Like, all right, whatever. It's how it is. But
He's in the part of grief of acceptance.
yeah, I think I'm at that part of the grief stage. What is the 5 stages of grief? Where it's like, all right, it's happening. Whatever.
Bartering and...
It's like I think
Now,
acceptance is the last one, right?
I'm not so sure if I'm going to get it just because I pretty much at this point play these Pokemon games for nostalgia and my connections with the Pokemon I've already caught from like my childhood. And whenever I play a Pokemon game, as soon as I can, I transfer my Pokemon up to the next generation. Keep transferring them. And as long as I have that like sense of a continuing story with my Pokemon I've had since I was a kid, I feel like this is I have that same. I can build up a connection to this game that I really don't have any connection to besides that I'm putting in my old Pokemon into that game. So with Sword and Shield, that one like thread that's had me caught onto the Pokemon games is sort of severed, and I think I'm fine just letting it be how it
Also,
be.
luckily you have, what, like 3 or 4 more 3DS games that you can get into. So.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
I do plan on getting into those. While everyone's freaking out and playing Sword and Shield, I'm like, finally got Ultramoon, guys. Let's see what happens here.
I say it's spoiler free for generations.
So you said that's the Pokemon that you can't transfer the Pokemon, the ones that, they're not in the game. That's why you can't transfer them.
Yeah,
They're not in the
if they're
Pokédex.
not in the Pokédex, they're essentially not animated, modeled, whatever you want to say for that. They're not ready yet. But if it's in the game, like there's a Snorlax walking around in the trailer, so that's in the game. Great for me. I love Snorlax.
Oh, thank God.
Right. Also, little side note here. I'm working on a Ribbon Master. It's a Pokemon where you start from XD and you go all the way up to get every single possible ribbon you can obtain throughout all the Pokemon games.
Okay.
So, and that's returning the ribbons. I saw that in the gameplay demo, so that's cool. So, yeah, you can bring Pokemon that are in there, like the older ones. Like, you know, as long as they're in the decks, they're good to go.
I mean, makes sense.
Because there's a video on New Frame Plus that it was before the big reveals, I think, but because there's just so many Pokemon, they just keep adding more and more that it just takes absolutely forever to make new models and animate them all the way and everything. Yeah. So,
well, you could definitely see that being a problem like several years down the line. It's like, you know, then after the Switch, it's like you gotta do it all over again probably. And there's so many more being added, so I can understand why it's happening. But
I make
still
so many more new models for this new generation on the Switch. You know,
yeah,
they can't reuse the ones that they've been doing on the DS.
But at the same time, it's interesting because like one of the whole points of Pokemon is this collecting mentality.
It is.
All right, we got too much stuff to collect. We're just gonna not do it. So no, you can't catch them all.
Also, I'm kind of curious.
It's like
the new game, because I've looked at maps like all the Pokemon games connected. Does this actually connect to the mainland at all?
We've been away from the first 4 regions for a while now.
Not kind of like yeah. The islands are just south of Kanto, weren't they? In the last game.
Alola? That's
what I'm talking about
Hawaii.
Right now. Okay, let me break it down for you. Right, we got Kanto and Johto; those are together. That's guaranteed. Then we got Hoenn. That's somewhere else, based on Japan, I'm pretty sure. And then we have, I think, Black and White, which
Sinnoh.
Sinnoh, actually, yeah, that's true. That one too. That's somewhere in Japan, I think. And then the Black and White Unova region, that's I think that's also somewhere in Japan. But then they started spreading out.
Unova's Manhattan, the New York area.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Well, then yeah, there's that. Oh, I can see that happening because then you got the Girder Pokemon. Yeah. So anyway, then you got X and Y, which bring you into kind of the France region, and then you have after X and Y you have Sun and Moon, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like Hawaii, you know, tropical paradise kind of stuff. And then here's going to be the United Kingdom. That's where Sword and Shield is going to be taking place.
Okay.
So if you're wondering about that geography, that's where that is.
If you're curious as to where I'm going to be living in Japan in relation to the Japan World Japan, the island in the Hoenn region where the Victory Road is, where the Elite Four is, that would be the Pokemon World's version of Okinawa.
Okay. That's good.
Jeez.
So I guess on the subject of Sword and Shield, what do you guys think of the new legendaries and how dumb they are?
It's pretty weird. I think the names are kind of weird, first of all. Like, I mean, you know, the other one, like Solgaleo and Lunala, Necrozma, those are weird names. But, I mean, I don't even know what these are. I just can't remember them.
These ones remind me of Digimon back from the Data Squad era, and that's like Digimon.
Oh god, okay, yeah, I want to forget Data Squad.
It's kind of like a rough Japanese translation, like someone who's like kind of like they watch, you know, like subbed anime, and they're like, this sounds like this is that Pokemon's name in English. That's kind of what it is, I think. It's like Zacian or whatever. Zacian.
Pistachion.
Mustachion, I like that name. Let me look it up.
Mario
Good
and
old
Luigi.
Mustachion.
Yeah. Do you guys think you would ever buy a Switch? And then eventually
I know
buy
I want
these
to.
games?
Yes. I intend to get a Switch.
I do, but I don't think these are console sellers, though.
You don't think so? It's Zacian and Zamazenta.
Very good.
Zamazenta, man.
Yeah. That's it.
Zamazenta, I
Yeah.
say.
Zamazenta.
Zacian and Zamazenta.
I choose you.
My club and I were talking about this. They're just way too similar to each other, right? One's a wolf with a sword in its mouth, and the wolf with a shield on its face.
I feel like that's going to tie in at some point to the story, like how they're so
yeah,
similar.
but-
I think they combine to a Megazord mech
Yo,
in the
really?
third game
You
they're
think
gonna release.
they Dynamax together?
No. I'm saying there's a third game they haven't announced yet. That's gonna be like a creature that holds both of them in battle.
Hey,
Like
that-
Voltron?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's another thing too. Are they gonna do you guys think like a third version, like Pokemon Guns? Not really guns, but whatever.
Pokemon Go!
Yeah, that'd be awesome, right? Or like a Sinnoh remake, like so many people are kind of expecting, because Hoenn had his turn recently, so
I think they could if they do these new versions of the Switch that they're planning. They'll do like a bundle with a third version of Pokemon. But I think if they don't release these new rumored versions of the Switch, then I don't think that they would. But
Well, I'm sure at some point it's coming. I just wonder when. I think it's a matter of when. That's the real thing. I hope. Personally, I really like the Sinnoh region. It being on the DS, it brought a whole new atmosphere into the games. So, I'm a big fan.
I like the aesthetic of the Sinnoh region, the cold and the mountains.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, they're like the slowest of the games.
Really?
For some reason, like the walking cycle and the text and the battles and all that are like slower than the other games for some reason.
I think it's still just delightful. Are you playing Rust right now, Twisted? Why does it say you're playing Rust?
I think I saw that in the background.
Okay, it's been on for 42 minutes. We started 57 minutes ago.
Oh. I have no idea.
Alright, well, hey,
Alright.
I think we're pretty set here.
Do we have anything else to say about Pokemon?
What are our favorite Pokemons?
Bulbasaur!
Snorlax or Kamala. I'm kind of
I'm with Laze in that park.
Okay,
What?
Snorlax.
you can't copy him.
I'm older than him, so I win.
Say Munchlax. I'll say Munchlax. How about that?
That's fair.
Okay.
Nobody likes Munchlax. You liar.
Shut up, idiot.
Mine's Wobbuffet.
God.
I love him.
We
Why
could
not?
create the ultimate team with this weird mismatch of Pokemon.
Oh, let's do that, huh? That's it.
Wobbuffet.
What did Dreadcore says his was? Did he even say something?
Nobody remembers.
It's probably Gardevoir.
Something stupid.
Oh, it's
Shut
probably
in, Joe.
Gardevoir, yeah.
No, it's probably Lopunny. It's probably...
Oh
it's gotta
god,
be
the
one of
furry
those.
bait.
It's gotta be one of those.
You know, he probably loves Metapod.
Hey, Metapod's
Alright, can somebody settle for me which direction is Metapod's face? Because I've been staring at multiple pictures and multiple breakdowns and multiple forms of merchandise that depict Metapod, and I have no idea.
I want to say he's facing toward his curve.
I want to say that he is a being in transition, so he doesn't have a face.
I never understood gender fluidity until I tried to study Metapod's direction.
I'm trying to find that picture of like a dog who's it's a plush doll with a dog in the when you look at the dog from the side, it looks normal, like and then when you look at it dead on, it's like the devil. I'm trying to find that.
Is that what
I don't know
Metapod is?
if anyone knows what I'm talking about, but that's what I'm trying to find right now.
Not quite sure, honestly.
Okay. Oh wait, it's shit, I gotta find it here. Okay, hang on here. I found it. It's
Best
this
parts of the
right-
You can
podcast
wait.
is when people are just Googling stuff and going to websites and talking about what they see on this website. Okay, that's a dog.
Okay, no, I just gotta find this other side.
Oh, that's like what was in Jontron's video lately.
It might have been in one of those. Do your homework. See if you can find it.
Oh, we're gonna leave the other half.
I
Okay.
don't know where to find it. I can't. Let's see.
It wasn't in the related images section.
Oh, that's good. Let me check that actually.
Oh God.
Unfortunately, I'm not seeing it.
Might I comment that all of the water-type Pokemon starters are the dumbest looking?
Okay, that's not fair. Listen,
That's
almost
pretty
every
fair.
generation.
Piplup, okay. Piplio, Poplio, that one's good.
I'd say he's still probably the dumbest of the three from that gen.
No, also though, like Greninja, that's what he said. I think he said he likes.
Yeah, no, it was Greninja.
Yeah.
No, he's.
He didn't say that. It's something similar to that though. It sounded like Greninja, right?
No, he said Greninja.
He said shed. He said
Shedinja.
That's what it
Shedinja.
was. Let's start a team with that. Pokemon Showdown.
Honestly, with the Wobbuffet and Shedinja, it will be a slightly difficult team to defeat.
What are you talking
would.
about?
It
Wobbuffet's the
would.
best.
Because Wobbuffet has that
Counter.
ability that if
Wobbuffet
you
can
knock
leer
it
at
out,
you, okay?
He could
Wobbuffet
look at
has
you
that
menacingly.
ability where if you knock it out, your Pokemon gets knocked out.
I don't.
It's the bane
I'm the
of
suicide
Nuzlocke
bomber.
people.
Oh gosh. You know, there was one. Forget it.
What?
It was a stupid thing about Pokemon cheats.
Let us know the
Listen.
sheets, man.
All right. Listen, whatever. So you could have a Rattata, right? You could have it hold a Focus Sash, so it'll survive down to 1 HP. You could have it do Endeavor on that turn, because whatever Pokemon's gonna just kill it, because it's a Rattata. And then on the next turn, you do Quick Attack after the other Pokemon's brought down to 1 HP, and then you Quick Attack, and boom, you got one Pokemon down.
Oh wow!
There's a
sneaky attack.
Talo in Gen 3. A Talo thing that has to do with that one.
A Gen
In
4
Gen 3.
cheat.
Tallow?
Yeah, Talo or Talo.
Talo. Talo?
The
The
Talo or
mighty
Talo.
Talos.
I think it's Talo. I'm actually
there's a
playing
whole-
Pokemon Ruby right now, so yeah.
Why not? Why are you choosing the inferior one to play?
Well, listen, I have Pokemon Emerald, and I'm trying to get my Ribbon Master going. I have to do the Battle Frontier, and it is so hard on Pokemon Emerald. You don't understand. I've been at it for months, probably like less than a year, and it's hard. So I on Ruby and Sapphire, it's easier. The Battle Frontier is. So I actually bought those games just so I can kind of continue along, because I cannot beat Emerald for the life of me on the Battle Frontier, the Battle Tower. It's hard.
What I
It's
do
really
remember,
hard.
yeah,
You have to do competitive.
boss.
You have to do the EVs, the IVs, all of it. You have to do everything that Radix hates. Because
I was about to say, I don't remember being that bad, but then again, I'm the EV/IV guy.
the Battle Tower, at least. I don't know about the other ones, but rough. Bad times.
I gotta.
I hear the PTSD coming out in his voice, like,
Yeah.
So I got a comment recently on my old Pokemon FireRed Let's Play. Someone just said, "You should have kept this going." I'm like, yeah, I know.
It's like they were watching throughout the episodes, like, oh, this is great. I can't wait to see you till the end. And they're like, wait, what? It's over.
So Dylan was doing this Pokemon Fire Red Let's Play, but now he's had to start up Transformers lore.
What if you did start on that exact save? Could you do that? You just
That's-
keep it
I
going.
mentioned in a later episode that
call yourself
the
Trainer
save
Radix, man. Have a whole channel based around it.
was gone.
Oh no.
Oh.
It's been gone for years. I mean, no use mourning over it now.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
My Bulbasaur. I do want to do the Nuzlocke run through, so a Pokemon series will eventually return. I just don't know when.
What game would you do? Like a randomizer on a newer game with the Nuzlocke, or just the Nuzlocke with the base game?
I might try to do a randomizer.
Okay.
It will be a Game Boy Advance game though.
Loser.
Wow.
Not a DS game.
Because DS games are slow on emulators.
They're also kind of weird because you got the two screens, so it'd be kind of weird
Yeah.
to show. All right,
I think DS itself is just kind of a hard thing to stream or show off, anyways.
Well, how I see people do it, they have the main box, and then they just kind of keep the other box either non-existent or just really small, somewhere in the corner.
Yeah.
That's how I see people do it, at least.
I mean, yeah, that's a way to do it, I guess.
Alright, do we have anything else to say on Pokemon?
Probably.
No, I feel pretty satisfied.
I think I'm a Sobble Squad. I think that's what I'm gonna be going.
Oh yeah, Sobble. He's the fucking dumbest. He's great.
Shut up.
I like picking the dumb looking ones.
Okay.
That's why I went with the fucking Froakie. Who gives a shit about Froakie? He evolves into something cool.
One of the best starters. He really is one of the best starters.
Froakie's dumb.
Chespin's dumb.
Greninja's cool. Froakie's dumb.
Is dumb. Okay,
Chespin is easily the dumbest of those three.
They're just shitting on Chespin over here.
Then you got Finnegan.
Get out of here, Chespin. Nobody wants
What is
you.
it? Poplio? He's the dumbest. He's a water type.
Yeah, but Primarina.
Squirtle's
what
pretty
it
cool.
evolves into, that's good. Nah, well, I guess.
Totodile's autistic. I mean,
No,
he is.
Hey, we got not Feraligatr. What's his first evolution? Totodile.
Totodile? You just said it.
he's
I was about to say,
autistic.
Yeah.
that's the noise he makes in the end. By the way, it's just.
I love him so much.
I just didn't water
Jesus
gun.
Christ.
I think I first went through that game as a Cyndaquil though, but Totodile's my favorite.
Hey,
Cyndaquil is on my team. Like he's one of my tops.
Twisted,
So
I want to say, Twisted, use the water gun, and then you do this. Okay? Okay? Twisted, use the water gun.
Was that
was worth it.
Daffy Duck? What was that?
I think it was.
Or Donald Duck? What am I? An idiot?
Hey, stupid.
The Daffy Duck.
Kip's the stupidest.
I think we're good in it.
All right. Do we have any subtopics we want to talk about?
I think Dreadcore the dominatrix on the side.
All right.
I would say I have to agree.
Where's your proof?
It's 2019. I don't need proof.
Okay.
That's 2019. That's fake news.
No, that was more a 2018 thing. I mean, we can talk about, like, I just got done doing a video about anti-vaxxers. You want to bring up anti-vax? Because I have some pretty hard opinions,
Hell
apparently, on that
yeah.
topic.
I think the entire internet is.
Well, you know what's funny? Like,
Along
the
your
subreddit
side.
itself gets, like, 100 plus posts a day about, like, anti-vax. I mean, and they're all, like, new from different sources and places. While, like, places like, I don't know, neckbeards and, like, incels, all that. They get maybe 8 posts a day, if that, and some of them are just extremely mild. Where anti-vax is a lot of hardcore, like 150 plus a day, or some shit like that. And it's just dumb. Like these are actual people. There are a lot of people in the world that are just like this, and I want them all dead. They're only alive because they were vaccinated.
I can see Twisted running in the dead of night through the fields, illuminated only by moonlight. He's got 2 syringes in his hands, like one in each hand, each with vaccinations. He's just running like a madman. Then there's like one poor woman running in the forest. Help me! Help me! He's like, you're getting vaxxed tonight.
I'm going to save you.
Quite the imagination.
Twisted.
I mean,
If you don't get vaxxed, you get the gas, Twisted.
You know, I'm fine with that. Germany apparently just released a law that anybody that doesn't vaccinate their kids getting like a $2,700 fine, and their kids are not allowed to enter school at all.
That's good. I guess.
And then California released a
Either
law very
punishment
similar
for
to
the
that,
kids or,
but
or encouragement for the
they don't
kids.
care. In their law, they do not care if the kid has a medical issue where they cannot get vaccinated, because there are some reasons where you cannot get vaccinations. And if that's the case, that's fine. That's understandable.
What Twisted is saying is he's an anti-vaxxer, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Strongly
most definitely
anti-vax.
Strongly anti-vax.
Yeah.
Except no.
He says as he glances over at his vaccination man uniform as he prepares to do another patrol tonight.
Play cool. Play cool.
They'll never know if you don't confirm it.
George Man goes around injecting children.
I'm doing the Lord's work.
He's doing it in his Templar uniform.
The Vax Night rises.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ. There's this chunky Templar running toward me with needles and syringes. What do I do? Ma'am, stay calm. He's there to help.
It's like, no.
The guy, I got the cops in my pocket in the scenario.
No, you'll give
like
me
on a
the
payroll.
autisms.
No, give me the autisms.
I can't give you what you already have.
That time it was just a knife to the throat. That time it wasn't even me trying to be subtle. It should be like, he's got a knife. Are you sure he doesn't have a syringe? No, I'm pretty sure it's a knife, officer. Nah, I think it's a syringe. He's a pretty cool guy. Just let him do it. Okay, officer.
Nice.
Very nice.
I kill the mentally handicapped and vaccinate people at nights.
God. No.
Wow, we've taken a turn.
So check out that video.
I'm afraid, one day, somebody, if I ever get, decently sized with my channel, somebody's gonna see these videos, because, this is Reddit. Reddit's not known for its, humor. I'm saying humor that way because, a lot of people in this subreddit, this place can't take a joke. And I'm waiting for one day somebody to find one of these videos of me, talking shit, killing furries and stuff. And I'm dead. The channel just immediately dies. Lose a million subscribers. Keemstar starts talking about me.
You're gonna get exposed for sure.
I would pay $5 to see Keemstar talking about Twisted Animation.
What a day!
I'll gladly drop $5.
I will, $5. Any other?
Shit, I kind of would want to tweet Keemstar. Hey, my buddy's betting me $5. You wouldn't make a video, a little thing talking about me.
Well,
See, would you might help my brother out? I wonder what he would do. He probably just would ignore it completely. But I mean,
Probably.
there's a chance. There's a chance he might make a quick little fake Twitter video going this fucking guy twisted. He's not fast as fuck, boy. He's slow as fuck, boy.
Maybe if you paid Keemstar $5.
I don't think Keemstar gets up and takes a shit for $5. The man seems like he's just nothing but just gimme. I personally don't like. I don't think I like Keemstar as a person.
He's an event.
I could see that happening. I don't think I like him either.
I really because there's some YouTubers I'm like, yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool to see this guy. Keemstar's not one of them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to encounter Keemstar in a back alley.
He starts running up on you here in the distance. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
You do want to be with him in the woods, though, because he tends to find dollars in them.
Yeah. Then the Keemstar immediately goes missing. You get thousands of dollars.
There you go.
Did you mug Keemstar? No, he found $1 million and I took it from him.
Is Scarface still a thing? What's happening?
Who?
Scarface?
Your buddy Radix.
No, not Scarface. What is it? Scarce. What?
Scarce.
That's what it is.
Scarce disappeared for 6 months, and then just came back and just continued uploading. Said, hey guys, I'm back, and this news is so crazy that I just had to cover it. I'm like, okay, Scarce is just gonna disappear for half a year, then come back without addressing it.
He started doing MMA.
What a weird person.
Legitimately, he started doing MMA, which I think is kind of neat.
This was my former twin. What happened?
He
lost a lot of weight.
Apparently. I mean, he fought alongside Logan Paul and all them.
The Great Battle.
How long ago was that?
Yeah, he was the very first fight. Between Keemstar or KSI and Logan Paul and all that. He was the first fight. And that deserved way more covers than it got.
Believe it or not, I pay zero attention to the fights. Japanese YouTube, by the way, likes to look at American YouTube and try to take some ideas. They saw all the fighting that was going on, and they thought it was just like just a normal collaboration where people just wanted to collaborate and like just to have a little wrestling match. They didn't realize that there was like actual drama behind them, because the idea that people would publicize their drama is just so alien to a lot of Japanese YouTubers. And so now they've started to do these wrestling stuff, and fighting stuff, even though they're like best friends. They're just doing it for, the spirit of collaboration. It's so weird to watch.
I got a question for you, Radix. Me and Eric were talking about this the other day. What is Japan's view on like homosexuality and stuff, like as a general collaboration?
Well, it depends. I would guesstimate that a majority of them don't really care, as long as like you aren't flamboyant about it. But I'd guesstimate that most of them don't care. There are certainly strong advocates for it. There are certainly strong. What's the word I'm looking for? What's the opposite of supporters? Strong opponents of it? Yeah. But generally, keep in mind, generally speaking, most Japanese people just don't care about politics. And with gay people, as far as politics goes, they just don't care. Like, oh, that's interesting, that's funny. But you do you, whatever. Just don't bring it up in a public space sort of deal.
Okay. Oh, I asked that because me and Eric have actually been watching Or in High School.
Yes. Okay, there's a little bit of a difference when it comes to sort of like yaoi and yuri type stuff. That's done specifically for like
a fandom.
Like fan service type stuff. It's not like Or in High School Host Club is supposed to be a great representation for the LGBT community. It's not like they're doing that with that purpose in mind.
Well, there's one episode where a guy thinks he's gay or whatever, and everybody thinks that him and the main character are gay with each other and whatever else. And everybody's like fawning, like talking about how this is like such a taboo thing. And, in the early thousands, this probably may have been a lot more taboo in Japan.
Yeah.
But we were just talking about it. I mean, for a country that like gives us some of the most interesting porn,
right?
I wouldn't expect it to be too like, no, you can't do this, kind of about.
I thought the trope was that Japanese were very sexually repressed people.
I can see
well, they banned porn.
That's why
that
porn is so
like,
freaky. Is because they're
it's
like
porn.
out of spite.
Nudity? What did they ban? Nudity or porn, or which one was it? Way back when? I'm talking about Japan like I don't have an expert in front of me.
Well, public nudity, if that's what you're talking about, is illegal. I mean,
well, there was something about like the Western coming over, then they saw a bunch of naked people, so they're like, oh no, we need to stop this, so they banned it because whatever.
Are you talking like in the 1860s?
Yeah, way back in the fucking day.
Okay, it was it's a very different climate in the 1860s. 1860s and earlier, it wouldn't be uncommon for like a little boy to go into the apprenticeship of like let's say a samurai or something, and you start off in that class, you start off as an apprentice very young, and like part of the duties of being an apprentice was to like serve like a sexual function for your master. Oh. So if we want to look at that as gay pedophile stuff, that was widespread up until the 1800s.
Huh. And now I know.
We've had no Cody this entire podcast.
He's online. He's been online.
Yeah. And he hadn't said anything either, so I mean...
Cody is the biggest Pokemon fan among us.
Right.
If he joins in, he'd have to get his Audacity and all that stuff.
He's banned now.
That'd be annoying, yeah.
We're going to ban him now that you just said?
If he comes in here, I'm kicking him out.
Yeah,
bye, bitch. We gave you a chance. And you basically spat in our face.
I kind of
any other...
Yeah. Hey, Twisted, in case you don't know this, but Pokemon Home, you can actually bring on Pokemon from Pokemon Go.
Oh, cool. I don't really have anything I want to bring over Pokemon Go.
Well, I know you have a lot of Pokemon. You play that a lot.
Yeah, I've been taking a bit of a break recently, but yeah.
Okay, that's all I had to say.
That's fair. So, it's awkward now.
Any other subtopics?
No, I think we're good, honestly.
We recorded a podcast like a couple of days ago. I got no
that's very true. All right, So, next segment, of course, we don't have any questions yet, but I'm going to keep doing this till the day I die. Don't forget that you, the audience at home, you can request the Lazy Koalas to talk about a topic, or you can ask a question for us. Just tweet at the Lazy Koalas Twitter account, link in the description, with hashtag AskLazyKoalas. We will devote this segment to questions and answers. Until that day, I will just continue to plug it. Next part, plugs. I don't really know anything particularly I want to plug for this episode.
I don't have anything to plug, I think.
Plug your butthole.
Depending on if I get it out in time, I should have...
last time.
Depending on whether I get it out in time or not, there should be a Comics Are Weird episode out on the Commander's Radix channel by now on Spider-Man, because Spider-Man Far From Home will be coming out by the time this is up. So if you like Spider-Man, go check out that Comics Are Weird episode. I can't guarantee it's good because it hasn't been made yet, but that should be done by the time this comes out.
If you have a Spider-Man video coming out, then that must mean I have a Spider-Man video coming out.
So do you want to plug that, Ultron?
Sure. I don't even know what I'm doing yet.
At some point it's coming. Maybe at this point it is.
Check out my Spider-Man video.
What a great plug.
I guess,
Laze, you have anything you want to plug?
Yeah, sure, I guess. Probably by the time this comes out in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, Twisted will probably have the Twisted Read video with all of us in it, and then some other guy. So check that out.
And that's some other guy.
Look out Twisted's channel for that. It's probably out.
Also, just I got a new channel, so go there, guys. r/TwistedReads.
Go like finding it. You find a lot of twisted dreadlocks and some other.
Make sure you look it up on YouTube.
Do it on YouTube.
Or you're gonna have a bad time.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Follow the Lazy Koalas Twitter if you have not yet for updates with the Lazy Koalas and new releases from every member of the Lazy Koalas. Today's Koalas have their channel link in the description. All their plugs are in the description as well. Join us in the Discord server. We just chill here. We're starting to get new people, although I'm not sure how much of that is just because I started up Transformers lore again. It's entirely that. We have gained 1 subscriber. We used to be at 95 for forever, and now we're at 96.
Wow. It's like
20%
subscribed.
Is that we're in the public channel right now? So if you join the Discord, you might be able to join us during the podcast on accident.
We are really great at this.
Daisy. But yeah, come join us in the podcast. Join us in the Discord. Share memes with us. Do what you gotta do. It's fun in here when we can get people. Yes. Discord, Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet. And that should be about it. Also, the Lazy Koalas podcast can be found in MP3 form. Link in the description. Thank you so much for watching again, and have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye, everyone.